Episode 8 of The Night Agent Season 2 starts with a flashback to 17 years ago when Tomas returned home for the holidays. Tomas's father was unimpressed when he found out that Tomas had dropped his surname, Bala, in favor of his mother's surname. Tomas believed that keeping the Bala name would make things more difficult for him in Europe. He tried to explain this to his father, but the argument escalated, and Tomas was slapped before being denied dinner. Marcus followed him to calm him down, but Tomas was upset when Marcus admitted to betraying him to his father. Tomas put Marcus in his place, reminding him that he would never be a Bala. Currently, we get back to Peter and Solomon. They drive out of the city, avoiding traffic cameras. Solomon calls Jacob and sets up a meeting. Jacob meets Peter and asks him to break into the UN offices and steal a case file on the Secretary General's computer. In return, Jacob promises to tell him the buyer's current location where he is manufacturing the chemical poison. After Peter leaves, Jacob orders Solomon to tail him. Meanwhile, Mosley and Catherine meet at Dr. Cole's house. Mosley questions if Peter is officially a suspect, but Catherine replies she needs to learn more before deciding. Mosley makes it clear that Foxglove is no longer Night Action's responsibility, but Peter is. In the meantime, Dr. Cole and Rose are brought to the mobile chemical lab and suited up. Rose pretends to be Cole's research assistant. Marcus wants them to make K.X, a toxic poison with no antidote. He threatens the professor's family, and Cole and Rose are left with no choice but to comply. To start the process, Cole walks Rose through the process, and they begin by making a pilot batch. As they work, Tomas grows ants about the mass killing they are about to do. Marcus orders him to find leverage on Rose. After he meets with Jacob, Peter calls Nor and apologizes again. He asks her for a favor, and she agrees, but on the condition they meet in person. They agree to meet in the secret basement, but Nor is setting Peter up. She meets with him, and Peter asks for a card that will grant him access to the UN building. On the other hand, Nor asks about her mom, and Peter calls Sadie and allows the two women to talk. After talking to her mom, Nor comes clean and tells Peter that Javad and his men are waiting. The two come up with a plan to get past Javad. Peter gives Nor a stun gun. Nor uses it against one of the guards escorting her back to the embassy while Peter fights Javad and leads him away from Nor's trail. This gives Nor time to go back to the embassy and make Peter a key card for the UN. Before she can make a clean run, a boss finds her. Being a clever girl, Nor convinces a boss to let her go and promises to warn his daughter that her life is in danger. As it turns out, a boss daughter left Iran many years ago for a lover and never returned. She has been on the front line when it comes to criticizing the Iranian government. Abbas takes the offer and lets Nor walk away with the list of all Iranian dissidents in danger. He promises to buy her enough time to get to the UN. Back at the chemical lab, Tomas confronts Rose for lying about her identity. He found the Foxglove files in her bag and wanted to know how she got them. His family has been looking for evidence for years. Rose tries to lie that the FBI is on the way. Tomas calls her bluff and demands the truth. Rose convinces him to do the right thing and tries to stop the chemical attack. Tomas agrees and asks Cole to slow down the process when he figures a way out. Unfortunately, Marcus discovers their plan and uses the pilot batch to kill Tomas. After losing Javad, Peter heads back to his safe house and finds Catherine waiting for him. He dares her to either shoot him or get away. Catherine hesitates, and he locks her in the bathroom and rushes to meet Nor. She agrees to help him get to the UN as long as she can tag along. With 2 episodes left, Night Agent is slowly building up to the finale. There is a lot at stake here, and with Marcus being at his most unhinged, there is no telling what he will do next. He killed his cousin without a second thought. He is not going to hesitate to kill Rose or Cole's family. At the end of the episode, Cole is making the first big patch, and it is purple, which means it is successful. At this point, Peter better clear Jacob's mission quickly and get to that lab before it is too late. In the meantime, Nor is safe thanks to her quick thinking, but Javad is not the type to accept defeat. He will come after her again. She needs to finish her business in the UN and get to the safe house with her mother. Hopefully, Abbas will weather this storm. We misjudged him. He is not a bad person, and he just wanted to protect his child. He may work for the government, but he can accept that they are not always right. It is sad when one is torn between patriotism and protecting their child.